Sorry, let me say that again. So there's only really two mistakes you can make with this work. Either you're reflecting it across the wrong axis, or, I mean, that's pretty much it. That's kind of the only way you can mess this up. So make sure when it says x-axis, we are highlighting or circling or underlining, whatever, the x-axis. When it asks you to reflect across the y-axis, we got to highlight or make note of the y-axis, okay? So that we know, hey, my point's got to be on the other side of this line, right? So if we're looking at number 1, here's point P. We're going to count towards that line of reflection. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to count past 1, 2, 3, 4, and make our dot right there at P prime. All right, now I'm going to do number 2. We got point U here. We're going to count up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then past 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, U prime right there. All right, any questions on number 2? Is anybody even paying attention to what I'm doing?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, what's wrong with this, Azalea?
You didn't go to where the line is, you just went straight up.
Exactly. So this is the mistake I just mentioned. If you see here in number 1, we went up. So a lot of times your brain is going to get stuck on that and go, oh, we just got to count up. That's not the case, okay? If U is right here, okay, none of this is correct. If U's right here, just like Azalea said, we got to go past this line. So we're actually counting to the right. 1, 2, and we're counting past 1, 2. There's our U prime right there. Wanted to see if anybody caught that. All right, let's take a look at the triangles on the back because the points are really self-explanatory. Was there any problem here that gave anyone trouble? Yeah?
Wait, what?
Did any problem here give you trouble at all, or was it pretty good?
Pretty good.
Jordan, you had a question?
Number 11.
Beautiful. I'm going to talk about numbers 11 and number 12, okay? Because those were the more challenging problems on this. So, with number 11, we're reflecting across the x-axis. We're going to go ahead and highlight the x-axis just so we don't mess it up. I'm going to start with point C here. I'm going to count down 1, 2 spaces until we hit that line. And then I'm going to go 2 spaces past the line and call that C prime. So far, so good. Let's go to D now. D is 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces away from the line of reflection. So D prime is also going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces away from the line of reflection. They'll always be equally distant from that line. How many spaces away from the line of reflection is point E, though? 0, right? Point E is 0 spaces from the line of reflection, so we cannot even count any spaces towards it or past it. E prime is going to be right there in the exact same spot as point E. Don't draw E prime just above it or just to the left or just to the right. It's okay that 2 points are in the exact same place. That's totally fine. All right? So I don't want to see you be like, oh, here's E prime right there. No, 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 no. E prime is right on top of E. They're in the same position, but they're still 2 separate points. Okay? Don't do that. So we connect our triangle up. We still have that mirrored image effect that we're used to seeing with a reflection, but this time it would be the equivalent of you standing in front of a mirror, reaching your finger out, and touching that mirror, right? It looks like your fingertips are touching. That's exactly what's happening here with E and E prime. They're 2 separate points in the exact same place. How do we feel about that? Show a thumbs, up, down, sideways. How do we feel? Okay, cool. Yes. Oh, no. Okay, good. Number 12. Now we're going across the y-axis. Same kind of idea, right? K is right here on that line of reflection. So K prime is going to be in the exact same spot. All right, not just to the right or just to the left. in the exact same spot. We'll count over from M. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we'll count over from L till we hit that line. 1, 2, 3. And we'll go past the line. 1, 2, 3. L prime right there. We connect it up, and again we see that kind of finger touching the mirror effect going on down there with K, but the rest of our triangle is still flipped around. So this is why I had you guys do that ed puzzle about symmetry, right? We're not technically talking about, are these triangles symmetrical or anything, but it's a good review once we see stuff like this where, yes, these are symmetrical, right? In number 11, we have a horizontal line of reflection or line of symmetry, as they talked about in the ed puzzle. And in number 12, we have a vertical line of symmetry, right? Luckily for us, we're not going to go into a diagonal line of symmetry in this class. That'll probably be talked about next year when you guys are all in Math 1 in high school. All right? Final questions about worksheet 46 before we talk about our notes. All right, beautiful. Go ahead and give this worksheet